Hi everyone, I'm Colleen, and this live stream is brought to you by the awesome people over at Princess Dental Staffing. Happy to see everyone on this Wednesday. So today's topic, we are discussing the 3 essential duties of a dental hygienist. So last week, if you tuned in last week, or if you were able to see the recording from last week, we gave you a dental hygienist skills checklist. We talked about some key skills that you want to include on your resume and also to talk about in an interview setting, and maybe that you want to focus on if you're kind of thinking about becoming a dental hygienist. So we gave you some key skills to kind of focus on and list on your resume and all that kind of stuff, and then we went into a little bit more depth as to what those skills mean and what they translate into in terms of tasks and responsibilities of a dental hygienist. Okay, so we brought you a lot of that information last week, and this week we're kind of building on that a little bit in order to give you a more thorough picture of a dental hygienist and what they do and kind of what are the most important parts of their role. So we're bringing you the 3 essential duties of a dental hygienist. We're also going to be talking about some more skills that really kind of help support dental hygienists in completing those duties. And again, great skills to be including on your resume, to be talking about in an interview setting, and to help if you are already a dental hygienist and you're not currently looking for work, just some key skills to kind of hone and help you develop in your practice. Okay, so a lot of great information that we're covering today. Okay. But before we get into that, just want to remind everyone that Princess Dental Staffing is an online dental job board. Okay. So they're offering full-time, part-time, permanent, and temporary positions for dentists, dental assistants, dental hygienists, and front office personnel as well, in a variety of different areas. So if you have some time today, hop on to princessdentalstaffing.com to see, what positions they have available in your area and get yourself in front of potential employers. You can also create a profile and get your information in front of potential employers. And if you're a dental hygienist looking for work, be sure to include some of the skills, all of the skills preferably, that we're going to be talking about today, okay, in your profile. And you can also, if you hop onto princeton.com, you can also take a look at their blog posts. They cover a lot of the same topics that we cover in these live streams. Okay, so you can go hop on there and take a look at their blog posts. If you don't want to miss out on our future streams, be sure to like our page, or excuse me, follow our page or subscribe to our channel. If you like the content we're bringing you, be sure to drop us a like. If you have any thoughts, questions, insights, or just want to reach out, be sure to comment below. If we couldn't get to your comment when this stream is live, of course, we'll get to it as soon as possible. Okay. All right. So let's talk about the 3 essential duties of a dental hygienist. So, essential dental health is vital to living a very healthy life. We've talked a lot in previous streams and previous videos about the link between dental health and oral health and overall health, right? So dental health is definitely a crucial part to living a healthy life, right? And dental hygienists play a crucial role in increasing access to high quality dental care and serving as a resource for oral health education for patients. Okay. So that's kind of where they fit into everything, and how they really contribute to the overall health of their patients. Okay. So the 3 essential job duties of a dental hygienist are initial patient screenings. Okay. Cleaning teeth. And lastly, counseling patients on oral health and preventative care. Okay. So those are the 3 main duties. Okay. Now, last week we went in a little bit more detail about, the tasks and responsibilities of a dental hygienist, but those are the 3 main tasks, or 3 main duties, okay? 3 main focuses of a dental hygienist, okay? And the skills list that we brought you last week are definitely some key skills that you want to include on your resume, talk about in your interviews, and kind of focus on in order to develop as a dental hygienist. But today we're bringing you even more skills specifically tied to those 3 main duties of a dental hygienist, because those are the skills that are really going to help um, support dental hygienists in completing those daily tasks and those main duties. Okay. All right. So let's get started. So, 10 essential abilities and skills that you're definitely going to want to include on your resume. And these skills are not necessarily always included on resumes, And I think the reason is because I think a lot of job seekers kind of think to themselves, oh, well, if I say I'm a dental hygienist on my resume, then, anyone worth their salt in the dental industry is going to know what I do on a regular basis, right? They're going to know what kind of skills I have. They know that I can, perform those preventative, those patient screenings and educate patients on preventative care and all that kind of stuff. Of course, they're going to know that information, and they're going to know that I have all the skills necessary in order to perform that well. And in one sense, you're right. You are correct. If you say that you're a dental hygienist and you've been working as a dental hygienist for a while, potential employers are probably going to know that you have certain skills. Okay. But the reason you still want to include some of these skills, especially these skills that seem a little bit like, kind of like a duh, or kind of like, it feels a little bit unnatural to include them on your resume because it's like, well, if I'm a dental hygienist, of course I have these skills. Um, you still want to include them anyway. Okay. And the major reasons why, first of all, excuse me, first of all, okay, you want to be able to show potential employers that you have a passion for what you do. And that includes, talking about what you do in detail on your resume. Okay, you want to make sure that you include those keywords and phrases from the job posting to make sure that you are being clear to potential employers about what skills you're bringing to the table, um, and that you can absolutely do the job that they're tasking you to do. Additionally, um, potential employers want to see that you have these skills on your resume because they don't want to assume, right? They don't want to assume that you're someone who's communicative and collaborative. Okay. They don't want to assume that. So if they don't read it on your resume, they definitely don't want to make the assumption and then be wrong. Why make the assumption to be wrong when you have all these other applicants who have included those specific skills on their resume, right? And not only that, but really talking about your skills and talking about your strengths and your areas of expertise. Um, it shows potential employers that you not only that you have these skills, but that you know that they're important and why they're important. Okay. So, it helps demonstrate to potential employers that not only do you have these skills, but you know that they are important, why they're important, how it ties to the bigger picture of patient service and care. Okay. So it's always important to include these skills. They might be kind of like well, of course of course I have these skills. So it might feel that way to you. And I understand if it does. But you still want to include a lot of these skills on your resume to demonstrate that you have them, to show potential employers that you know why they're important, and uh, because you want to be able to show um, that you have a passion for these skills as well, that you have a passion for what it is that you do. Okay. All right, so let's get into the 10 essential abilities and skills. Number one, collaboration, right? So you're going to be working with a lot of different patients and a lot of, your coworkers, other dental assistants, other dental hygienists, front office personnel, a lot of different people. So collaboration is really a crucial skill to help facilitate a lot of those key office operations, right? Number two, patient counseling. Okay. So again, this kind of ties back to, educating your patient on proper oral health and dental health practices so that they can integrate some of those practices into their daily routines, right? It's really, really important so that they can continue so that you can inform them about dental diseases and how to avoid them. Okay. And enhance their long term health. Again, really, that link between oral health and overall health. Okay. Number three, communication, right? Communication is so, so crucial because you're speaking with a very diverse audience, right? You've got a lot of different patients from a lot of different backgrounds. You've got coworkers from a lot of different backgrounds, and you need to be able to have those strong communication skills in order to convey the information that you're trying to convey, especially with your patients who, probably don't have, most of them probably don't have a background in dentistry and don't know what you're talking about. You have a lot of these complex concepts that they don't have training on. So you need to be able to communicate those concepts and explain what's going on, um, in clear terms so that the patient can be engaged and involved in enhancing their own oral health and taking that into their own hands, right? And taking ownership of their oral health. Okay. Number four, knowledge of dental conditions, right? So, understanding symptoms of different dental problems is crucial to assisting patients with their oral hygiene. So it's helpful if you can visually recognize the indicators of tooth decay, gum disease, and other common dental disorders and then use the information to determine the best course of treatment and execute that best course of treatment to help the patient. Okay. Number five, motor skills. Again, this one kind of seems like a duh to me, right? This one kind of seems like of course to me. But again, you still want to list these sorts of things on your resume, okay? And in order to demonstrate that you understand why it's important, because fine motor skills, manual dexterity, those skills are definitely, required when the dental hygienist cleans teeth and injecting anesthetics, applying whitening chemicals. You've got a lot of small tools and you're working in a very small area. So fine motor skills, manual dexterity are definitely crucial skills to have and to be able to talk about and express why they're important. Okay. Number six, charting. Okay, so dental hygienists are usually in charge of keeping track of patients' dental records. So charting is essential, including that attention to applying that attention to detail to ensuring that you include that key information and data. Okay, to kind of make it easier for yourself next time they come in, or for the next person who takes over their chart. Okay, number seven, focus. Okay, so being able to concentrate can assist you as the dental hygienist in completing long or complex dental treatments, right? So, focus basically entails like, compartmentalizing appointments, examining the context for procedures, and giving each task your undivided focus. Okay. So, focus is really, really important, especially for some of those like longer processes and procedures. Okay. Organization. So, of course, organizational abilities. You're working with a lot of patients on a daily basis, and you've got a lot of charting you have to do. You have some administrative procedures as well that you need to do as a dental hygienist. So that's going to help you be able to schedule effectively, keep a busy calendar, or effectively manage is what I meant, a busy calendar, and smoothly transition from one appointment to the next. Okay. Number nine, x-ray operations. So taking x-rays of patients' teeth, standard practice for identifying areas of concern and diagnosing the cause of symptoms and problems and that kind of thing. Okay. So being able to operate that x-ray key equipment, right? And lastly, dental cleaning. So according to established dental protocols, cleaning teeth is one of the most critical abilities for dental hygienists, right? Knowing what measures to follow for specific patients on an individual basis to meet those various dental needs, and applying the proper pressure when using dental equipment, all part of having practical dental cleaning abilities. Okay. So definitely an excellent skill to include on your resume to kind of expound on as well. Okay. Alrighty. So those are the 10 skills that really kind of help majorly support those three main duties of a dental hygienist. Let's talk a little bit as well about, some other things to include on your dental resume. Okay. Because it's one thing to just kind of like list skills. You want to be able to demonstrate them. You want to be able to speak about them confidently. Okay. So how do we integrate those skills into the different parts of your resume? So let's talk about it. Okay. So definitely something you want to include on your dental hygienist resume is experience, right? Relevant experience. That makes sense, right? Potential employers want to know that you have experience, okay? And if you don't have experience, like maybe you just graduated from a program or something like that, they want to know that you can be able to that you possess these skills, that you've honed these skills, and you're able to apply them. But relevant experience, definitely crucial in your resume, especially if you're applying to an ATS, an applicant tracking system, an automated system. That automated system is going to be looking and scanning for that relevant experience. Okay. So you want to take the time to tailor your resume to the job posting. And I've talked about this so many times before, and I always get pushback from clients on, I don't want to take the time to tailor my resume. Oh, please do it anyway. Make sure you're integrating those skills. Make sure you're optimizing for keywords, and make sure that you're integrating those skills into your experience. For example, you could say that you utilized your communication skills to help facilitate office operations. Okay. Which leads into accomplishments. So definitely you want to use what I call accomplishment statements in your relevant experience, really tying your action to a direct result. If you can include a metric, that is even better. So for example, for a dental hygienist, a metric might be, how many patients you see on a daily basis, or something like that. Okay. Or if you integrated an office operation that, improved, like maybe streamlined operations or something like that, by how much. That's a great metric to include as well. But you definitely want to make sure that you're tying your actions to direct results. Again, that harps back to what I was talking about earlier, that you really want to demonstrate to potential employers that not only do you have these skills, but you know why they're important. So if you're talking about accomplishments, really tying your actions and your skill set to a direct result, that clearly communicates that you know that this skill is important and why. Okay. Certifications, of course, you want to include all relevant certifications and education in your resume, because dental hygienists must be licensed by the state they practice in which they practice, right? Variety of experiences. So you want to talk about not just your relevant experience, but kind of um, talk about different like procedures and everything like that. So and for example, an employer would expect you to have extensive experience with patient care, completing oral screenings, reporting, executing preventative and non-surgical periodontal operations, if you've been a dental hygienist for several years. So make sure that you're kind of expounding on that and including that information. You want to include hard and soft skills. I generally recommend including a skills section in your resume. You don't have to, it's not mandatory, but I always like including a skills section. It also makes it a little bit easier to optimize for keywords and phrases from the job posting, okay? And I do get questions quite a bit. As a resume writer, I do get questions quite a bit on, well, Colleen, should I include hard skills? Should I include soft skills? Should I include both? Like, what am I looking at here? And I always tell clients, it really depends on your position. If you're in a position that's very client facing, you're going to want to focus more on soft skills. If you're in a position that's not as client facing and it definitely has a strong technical aspect to it, you're going to focus more on hard skills. Now, being a dental hygienist, you've definitely got a pretty strong balance of being client facing rather patient facing, right? And that technical knowledge and acumen that you want to demonstrate as well. So generally I shoot for focusing on like 50% soft skills and 50% hard skills, kind of trying to balance both, because your position is a pretty strong balance of both. Okay, so those are definitely all the things that you want to include on your resume. So we talked about a lot today. So let me kind of do a quick review before I let you guys go for the rest of the day. So 3 major duties of a dental hygienist: initial patient screenings, cleaning teeth, counseling patients on oral health and preventative care, and the essential skills and abilities that help support the dental hygienist in completing those major duties, and the things that you kind of want to focus on in your resume and talk about in interview: collaboration, patient counseling, communication, knowledge of dental conditions, motor skills and manual dexterity, charting, focus, organization, x-ray operation, and dental cleaning. Okay. Some other things to make sure that you include on your resume: relevant experience, accomplishments, certifications in education, variety of experiences, and hard and soft skills. Okay, so so again, I know, we threw a lot of information at you today, but the good thing is you can watch this video as many times as you want. Okay. So, anyways, I hope we found this information helpful, and I'm so glad that you guys were able to spend some time with me today. We will be back next week with another topic discussing your career in the dental industry. So, until then, have a great week, have a great weekend, continue to stay safe out there. See you soon. All right.